If you are listening to this now, it may be because your heart is tired. Perhaps you've loved too much, or loved wrongly, or forgot to love yourself while trying to be everything for someone else. Perhaps you're there now, trying to understand why love, something so beautiful, hurts so deeply. Why you feel small beside someone who should help you grow. Why you keep knocking on doors that have already closed, or worse, why you keep knocking where there never was a door. If I, Buddha, were sitting beside you now, with an open heart, with eyes full of tenderness, I wouldn't judge you, nor tell you to move on or get over it. I would share a simple truth. You're not suffering because you loved too much. You're suffering because you abandoned yourself too much. And that, my dear, is not love. It is attachment. It is fear of being alone, a confusion between being present and being dependent. Let me tell you a story. A young man fell in love with a woman. She was beautiful, charming, vibrant. He put her first in everything. He forgot himself, his friends, his own needs, all for her. But over time, she began to pull away, and the more she left, the more he chased. He cried, begged, made promises, lost himself. One day that young man came to me and said, "Buddha, why did she leave me? I gave everything I had. I did everything for her." And I simply replied, "Maybe that is the problem. You give so much of yourself that the other starts to see you as someone without boundaries, and everything without limits ceases to be admired." Love isn't about dissolving into another. It's about walking side by side without losing who you are. You might be trying to hold on to someone who no longer wants to stay, or trying to fix someone because you believe that will make you feel worthy. But let me tell you something difficult, spoken with love yet firmness. It is not your job to save anyone. When you try to change the other, you're unconsciously saying, "If you change, I will feel enough." But that validation needs to come from within. The other person is not responsible for healing your wounds, and you are not responsible for filling anyone's emotional holes. You can love someone deeply, but you cannot drown for them. Because at its core, true love doesn't ask you to lose yourself. It helps you find yourself. You know, bamboo bends with the wind, but does not break. It is flexible, yet rooted. In relationships, it's the same. You can be kind, but you need boundaries. You can love, but you need to love yourself too. And when you are alone at night, lying with your own quiet, ask yourself, do I like who I've become in this relationship? If the answer is no, then maybe it's not love. Maybe it's fear disguised as love. How many times have you stayed just because you thought no one else would want you? How many times have you accepted crumbs, calling it love? Let me tell you, you deserve the feast, but you must stop accepting crumbs thinking that's all you can have. Do you know why? Because what you accept teaches others how to treat you. Now listen closely. Love is not about finding someone perfect. It's about being with someone who wants to grow with you, who recognizes your light and also embraces your shadows. But before all that, you need to be that person for yourself. You need to give yourself what you've been looking for in others. security, care, respect, presence. And when that is solid within you, any external love becomes a bonus, never a necessity. To love is not to lose yourself. It is to share yourself. If you are in a relationship where you must silence yourself to keep the peace, where you fear being yourself, where you tiptoe so you won't upset them, that isn't love. It is emotional imprisonment. You didn't come into this world to beg for affection. You came to learn to love and be truly loved, without games, without masks, without bleeding to keep someone. If someone only loves you when you suffer, when you beg, then that person doesn't love you. They love the control they have over you. One day, a woman came to me. She was devastated. She'd been betrayed by her partner for over 10 years. She looked into my eyes and said, "Buddha, why did he do this to me? I was always there for him. I was faithful. I was good. I gave myself completely." I didn't say she was wrong, because she wasn't. But I asked softly, "And in all those years, were you faithful to yourself?" She fell silent. She cried, because for the first time she realized she'd lost herself. She'd forgotten who she was just to fit into a love that no longer supported her. She mistook giving for self-abandonment. You can forgive a betrayal, but before that, you need to understand the silent betrayal that came before, the one you committed against yourself. Every time you silence yourself to please, every time you swallow your tears to maintain peace, every time you abandon your values so you won't be left, that, my friend, is the most dangerous betrayal of all, because it wears the mask of love. But in truth, it is fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of not being enough. Fear of looking within and not recognizing yourself without the other. But let me tell you something. Solitude is not the worst evil. The worst is being with someone and still feeling alone. The worst is sleeping next to someone and not sleeping with your own peace. You deserve love that sees you, that listens, that respects you even when you disagree. You don't need someone who thinks like you. You need someone with the courage to grow with you. Because true love is not stagnation. It is expansion. Not control, but freedom with responsibility. You know, they taught you that love is intensity. But Buddha would say, love is constancy. It's who stays when the enchantment fades, who walks beside you on difficult days, who doesn't flatten you to shine brighter, but lights your fire alongside theirs. And if you are in a relationship where the other diminishes you, compares you, manipulates you, blames you for everything, that's not love. It's ego, emotional immaturity, attachment disguised as romance. It is not your mission to educate the other, nor to heal them, nor to stay until they realize how valuable you are. Who loves, cares, and who cares doesn't wound on purpose. You deserve someone who chooses you with a pure heart, not someone who holds you out of fear of loneliness, or only comes back when they're empty and need your light.
You are too much light to live in a dark room. You are too vast to fit in a small love. And if right now you're at a breakup, at a rupture, at heartbreak, understand, this isn't the end. It's the invitation to the most important restart of your life, the return to yourself. Let me share another story. A woman lost the great love of her life. She loved him with all her heart, and when he left, she felt a death inside her. She spent days without food, without laughter, without looking in the mirror. She came to me, sat in silence for a long time, and then said, "Buddha, when will this pain pass?" I breathed alongside her, looked deeply into her eyes, and said, "When you stop waiting for it to pass and allow it to transform you." Pain has a purpose: to awaken us, to reconnect us to what's real, to show us where we're still trapped. But the problem is, you want the pain to go away quickly. You want to find someone else. You want to distract yourself. You want proof that you've overcome. But listen with love. The mourning of love isn't skipped, it is traversed. Traverse means to see everything that was, to be grateful for what was good, to forgive what was painful, and to accept no return, but a way forward. You don't need to erase the memories. You only need to start using them against yourself. Stop blaming yourself for having loved. Loving was never wrong. Wrong would be living a closed life, afraid to give yourself. But remember, loving someone should not cost you yourself. Love is addition, not subtraction. And if one day you loved someone who didn't know how to value you, understand, that speaks more about their consciousness than your worth. You are more worth than the choices someone made about you. You are not the mistake you made out of miserylessness. You are the consciousness now awakening, recognizing that you deserve more. More respect, more presence, more truth. But all this begins with you, because no one will treat you better than the way you treat yourself. No one will see you if you live hiding. No one will truly love you if you don't love yourself. You've probably heard of the lotus flower, haven't you? It is born from the mud. It grows in murky waters, yet it blooms on the surface, clean, beautiful, whole. It doesn't deny its roots. It simply doesn't remain stuck in them. That's how relationships are for those who awaken. You may have come from deep pain, old traumas, stories marked by rejection, but that does not define the love you are capable of living from now on. You do not have to repeat patterns. You can bloom. But to do so, you must stop looking for a love that saves you and start cultivating a love that walks with you. Do you know why? Because no one came to complete you. You are already whole. Those who arrive add. Those who stay overflow. True love begins the moment you stop begging for crumbs and start offering yourself banquets of presence. And let me tell you something that maybe no one else had the courage to say. Love without reciprocity is emotional charity, and you don't have to live like that. You deserve someone who looks into your eyes with truth, who stays when leaving would be easier, who speaks up when silence would be more convenient, who chooses to grow with you, even on cloudy days. But what if that person hasn't shown up yet? Then the path is this: become that love. Be the presence that listens, the embrace that soothes, the patience that does not judge, the truth that liberates. Stop waiting for others to treat you as a priority if you keep putting yourself in second place. Start with simple acts. Say no when necessary without guilt. Respect your limits even if no one else understands them. Celebrate your small victories, even without an audience. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to fail. Allow yourself to start over as many times as needed. True love begins with self-acceptance, not with perfection, not with comparison, but with presence. Do you want a conscious love? Then make space for it. Don't carry dead relationships out of fear of absence. Don't hold on to something that no longer pulses out of obligation. Life does not demand loyalty to pain. It invites you to be loyal to your truth. And if you love someone who is still asleep to life, do not lose yourself trying to wake them up. Your light does not need to be dimmed to fit into someone else's darkness. Keep growing, keep walking, keep loving yourself. And maybe one day that person will awaken too. Or maybe not, but the lesson will be complete. You chose yourself. You came home. And that is what sets you free. Before you go, let me share one last story. Once a young man asked me, "Buddha, how will I know I'm ready for a relationship?" And I said, "When you are at peace with yourself, when you can sit with your own pain without needing to place it on someone else's shoulders, when you can hear a no without falling apart, when you can be whole in the presence and in the absence of another." Relationships are not meant to complete you. They are meant to expand you, to reveal you, to remind you every day that true love is the one that brings you back to yourself. So if today you miss someone, or you're in a relationship that hurts, or you've just gone through a separation, remember, you are not alone. Thousands of hearts are facing the same doubts, fears, and new beginnings. And even in silence, there is compassion all around you. I am here, in this very moment, in your breath, in your desire to heal, in your will to keep going. You are worthy of love, exactly as you are. Now take a deep breath, place your hand over your heart, and gently say to yourself, "I choose myself. I love myself, and I am open to live love with awareness, truth, and freedom." This is the seed of the new.